Here's an elastic collision that we worked out in a previous video, and I'll post a card to that video and a link in the description. The way it turned out is that V1 final was 0.428 meters per second, and V2 final was 3.43 meters per second. But it took a lot of really ugly algebra to get there. The point of this video is to look at how much simpler it gets if we switch to the center of mass reference frame. Let's start by computing the center of mass velocity. To do that, we'll use the fact that the net momentum of a system is equal to the entire mass multiplied by the center of mass velocity. And so we'll plug in the net momentum of the system, and it doesn't matter if you do it in the initial state or the final state, but the initial one is simpler. So I have 2 kilograms times 3 meters per second equals the total mass, this 3.5 kilograms, times the center of mass velocity. And so I find that my center of mass velocity is 1.714 meters per second. So what I'm going to do now is run alongside this collision at 1.714 meters per second. So my center of mass is being dragged along to the right at 1.714 meters per second as this 2 kilogram block proceeds to the right. I'm going to run alongside the collision that fast, and that makes it look like this 2 kilogram mass is moving 1.714 meters per second slower. At the same time, the 1.5 kilogram mass is coming at me. So I'm going to label this picture as the lab frame picture, meaning it's with respect to the stationary Earth. And let's pop in a picture of the center of mass frame. All right, here's the center of mass frame for the collision. And in order to get the initial velocity on the 2 kilogram mass, it's going to be 3 meters per second. So I guess I'll just write it over here. V1 initial is going to be my initial 3 meters per second. And to get to the center of mass frame, I have to subtract 1.714 meters per second. When I do that, I get that it's only moving 1.286 meters per second to the right with respect to the center of mass. V2 initial is easier. It was stationary in the lab frame. Now I'm running at it at 1.714 meters per second. So it's going to be moving to the left with respect to the center of mass at 1.714 meters per second. I'm just going to get those into the picture. That's 1.286. And this one is 1.714 to the left. Here's where the payoff comes. I know that the net momentum is 0 in the center of mass reference frame. I can verify that real quick. So in practice, you don't have to do that to solve problems, but just to verify it, I have 2 kilograms times 1.286 minus 1.5 kilograms times 1.714. And when I crunch those numbers, my calculator says 0.001. That's just a bit of rounding error. This is approximately equal to 0. Okay, so in this reference frame, if my momentum is 0 in the initial state, it must be 0 in my final state as well. So P net final is going to be 0. And this was an elastic collision, so my initial kinetic energy has to be equal to the final kinetic energy. Well, now I can just guess the answer. If I just made this speed for the big block 1.286 pointing to the left, and this one 1.714 pointing to the right, certainly you'll agree the kinetic energy is the same as it was before, because each of these masses has the same speed it did before. In addition, all I've done with the momentum is turn this guy's momentum around. So it's still carrying the same amount of momentum to the left as it was to the right before. This one I turned around. It's carrying the same momentum to the right as it was to the left before. And my final momentum is still going to be 0. So this is the real payoff of the center of mass reference frame. I just took something that's ordinarily a page of algebra and I turned it into a simple guess just by running along with the center of mass. So there's one final step. I have to figure out how this translates to the lab frame. And to get into the center of mass frame, I had to subtract 1.714 meters per second from each of the velocities. Now I have to add it to get back to the lab frame. So V1 final in the CM frame is negative 1.286 meters per second. V1 final in the lab frame is going to be that plus 1.714 meters per second. So we're just translating back to the original frame, and I get 0.428 meters per second, which agrees with the answer that we got the long way in that previous video. V1 final in the center of mass, V2 final in the center of mass frame is 1.714 meters per second. So V2 final in the lab frame is going to be 1.714 plus 1.714. Again, we're adding that center of mass velocity to get back to the lab frame, and I get 3.43 meters per second, which also agrees with what we got using all that horrible algebra.